Welcome to Fett's Legacy, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the latest 2 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2. So if you have not seen those, please go watch those first, as there will be spoilers. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about Echo's future, considering what happened at the end of Episode 8. But guys, before we get into that, I just want to say a quick thank you for the continued support on the channel. I know I've been away for a few weeks. I really needed to take a break for my mental health and just a lot of stuff that's been going on in my life. So I just felt it would be disingenuous to bring you content that I didn't want to do, and it would have just been half-hearted and not a lot of effort would have went into it. So I thought it was best for me to just take a break and focus on myself and try and work on myself and come back when I'm ready. And I do feel like I'm ready for that, and I do apologize for the delay. I'm going to try and be more consistent with it again and go back to making regular videos for you guys. But guys, anyway, let's get straight into this video. So in the latest 2 episodes of The Bad Batch, quick recap, obviously, we are on Coruscant and we're focusing on some clones called Cade and Slip, who were on the Venator with Rampart that fired down on Kamino and destroyed Kamino. So these 2 episodes were very politics heavy, and I like the politics in Star Wars. I thought it was really nice to see this again, and really nice to see Coruscant again as well. So we see Senator Chuchi back, and she was in the Clone Wars, if you guys didn't know, and she is really cool. She's fighting for the clones, and it looks like they're trying to bring in a new bill to basically phase out the clones and start recruiting more people for stormtroopers and getting rid of clones entirely. So they're working on that, and basically what we get is Rex trying to save Slip as they're being hunted by an unknown, it looks like bounty hunter or assassin at the time. We later learn that it is a clone. I'm not exactly sure who the clone is. I assume it is just another clone that they maybe reprogrammed or made specifically to do assassin type missions and be trained at the highest level. But anyway, we do see Rex enter the show, and then he recruits the Bad Batch for their help to get the data logs off of Rampart's Venator that is now being worked on Coruscant, to get the evidence that he is the one that destroyed Kamino, and so they can bring that up in the Senate and basically get justice for what happened to the clones' home world. Now, I don't want to do a full episode recap, as there are plenty of those out there right now. I just want to say that these 2 episodes were absolutely incredible. Seeing Rex again was amazing, and seeing Coruscant especially was really cool. And also, Palpatine's entrance back into Star Wars was absolutely phenomenal. Ian McDiarmid actually did come back to voice Palpatine, which was really cool. And the vibe when Palpatine entered the Senate room was just absolutely incredible. It became really dark, like an evil entity had just entered the room, and I thought that was absolutely incredible. It was a great scene, and I've been waiting for something like this for a long time. It's definitely some of the best Star Wars that we've gotten animated. That's just what I wanted to say about that. But anyway, at the end of the episode, we do see Echo leaves the Bad Batch. They were hinting at this for a little bit. Even earlier on in the episode, we do see that, you know, he's not really happy and he wants to do more. He wants to keep helping. We've seen that at the earlier stages of the season, that he wants to help other clones trying to escape, and he feels like they're wasting their time with what they're doing right now. And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this at all, but we have been seeing less and less of Echo throughout the season. At the beginning of Season 2, I did notice that he's getting less screen time, and I was thinking that maybe they were doing this because they were going to kill him off. You know, Echo has died a couple times, and he's come back. So I thought maybe that they were going to finally kill him off. Not that I want Echo to die. He's one of my favorite clones, and I really do like Echo. He's a great character. But I thought maybe that they were going to kill him off, kind of bring some more drama back to the show, and you know, raise the stakes a little bit for the Bad Batch, and maybe they end up losing Echo and in a really dangerous mission to do something. And I feel like that would have added a lot more drama and meaning to this season if someone died or something really big happened. Him leaving the Bad Batch is pretty big, and joining Rex, I did kind of predict this at the beginning of Episode 7, just because, you know, I felt like he's talking about going and helping clones, and that's what Rex is doing, and I had a feeling that maybe he would go and join Rex, and then it ended up happening, and, you know, that was a really cool thing to see. I do think that, you know, he will work with Rex for a while, but we got to talk about what happens to Echo in between now and the rest of Star Wars and the story, because we do know in Rebels, Rex ends up working with Gregor and Wolf and just kind of doing some stuff and vibing out with them. And we don't see Echo at all. So could this be hinting that Echo dies at some point? Now, this is definitely a big possibility. We could see maybe, I don't think later this season, but maybe in another season of Bad Batch or in another animated show somehow, we might see Echo end up sacrificing himself or dying for a good cause. That's definitely a possibility, and we could definitely see Echo die, which would be very sad. It was sad the first time when he died, and it would definitely be sad the second time if he does end up dying. But more likely, he does mention at the end when leaving the Bad Batch that, he may return and you're not sure what the future holds and stuff. So we could see him work with Rex for a bit until they can do as much as they can for the clones. And then maybe he will return to the Bad Batch, because we do know that the clones get almost immediately phased out after this new bill. They will be getting less and less action. They will be getting removed from the Empire, getting their pension plans, which they probably will never get. As we just saw in the Kenobi series, an old veteran clone trooper begging on the side of the road. And yeah, I do think that the clones are getting treated very poorly, and they probably will continue to. So Echo and Rex will probably work together, along with maybe Ahsoka and a few other people, to help the clones escape the Empire and get better lives and do things with themselves. And, we will possibly see at the end of that him return to the Bad Batch, or he could die. And I do think that, this is a possibility. Many clones will end up dying. The Empire clearly does not care about them. They're pretty much just tools at this point, where they're kind of squeezing out the last bit of usefulness from the clones right now, as we just saw in episode 3 actually, with Crosshair and Cody and their kind of squad only taking on like the more high value missions, because we know stormtroopers are not that great, not very well trained, and we know that the clones are a lot more proficient in war, especially as they just did it for many years. So we see the Empire will just continue to squeeze as much value as they can out of them without really having to give them anything in return. They will probably continue to use them. They will probably continue to use them for special missions only, and, send them pretty much to their death, because they really don't care about clones, and they never have. We know Palpatine never has, obviously. And yeah, it is pretty sad. We will probably see a lot more clones die and be used in, stupid missions, but Echo and Rex will probably try their best to get them out. We may even see Cody join them. Cody, Echo, and Rex working to get clones out would be absolutely amazing to see. I think that's definitely a possibility. And obviously they will work with the Bad Batch when they can and get clones out of the Empire. They do mention a lot more insurgencies popping up as clones feel abandoned and they're kind of disillusioned with the Empire. So more and more clones are trying to get out, which means more and more work for Rex and Echo, and hopefully Cody joins them. I would love to see Rex and Cody interact at some point this season. I do feel like we should get that in this season. I'm hoping we do, and I would feel disappointed if we do not get a Rex and Cody interaction this season. But anyway, guys, what do you think is going to happen to Echo after this season of The Bad Batch? Do you think he will die trying to sacrifice himself or save someone else? Maybe another clone, maybe even saving the Bad Batch in the future? Or do you think he will end up rejoining the Bad Batch after his time with Rex is done and they will continue on their adventures? But yeah, please give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. I do appreciate all the support. I apologize for the delay of the video once again. I'll try and be more consistent from now on. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.